So, blessings everyone. I'm Mikael. I'm a Starseed. And today I'm really excited to be interviewing Jenny Åsenlund, who is really attuned to the Starseed frequencies, the Dolphins, and Lemuria. Jenny is a Swedish inspiring guide, coach, and speaker who helps others embrace their true selves and live with authenticity and courage. Known as a source of joy and light, she brings warmth and energy to the spaces she creates, guiding individuals towards their highest expression of self. Through transformative retreats, workshops, and healing courses, Jenny empowers spiritual entrepreneurs to step into their power, shine, and reconnect with their inner strength. Her work combines deep wisdom and a powerful yet soft presence, inspiring others to awaken their gifts and live a life guided by love, purpose, and joy. Together, we make a more harmonious, loving world. So, Jenny, really warm welcome to the interview. I'm so happy to be interviewing you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so wonderful to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Mm,
Um,
it's really
well,
exciting. Yeah,
yes, it's
lovely
really
to have you.
exciting. Yes, thank you. And I just love the stars in your background and everything. So
Yeah,
honored to be here with you.
the stars are supporting us.
Yes, they sure
Absolutely.
are.
Yeah,
They sure are.
yeah. So I'd love to
Well,
know, like, how
mm,
did how did this all start for you? This amazing journey.
well, it's been many different awakenings for me. But now, when you ask, I think like for the more the star connection and the even deeper connection consciousness, it started when I had my second child. I used to work as how do you say in English, like a project manager.
Oh yeah.
So I worked like in a totally different field. So a lot of like in my head, planning, structuring things. But the things I loved about it was like connecting people. Like, so I had teams and I worked with people. Because before that, I actually have a degree like from a university in behavior science, like psychology. So I have always been interested in people. But then somehow I ended up in this industry with what I think is funny is because we were building like fiber for the internet in the ground. So nowadays I kind of laugh because we're spreading light in between people so they can connect, just like you and I do now. Because without that, we couldn't be able to have this technique that we have today. So we actually can speak. I live in Sweden, and now you're in Netherlands. So that kind of technique I worked with, but I didn't think about it like that back then. But then I can see it was some kind of purpose with that. But I was traveling a lot, and my children were very small, so and I didn't feel a purpose. Like I felt like I was working hard, but it felt like not. I didn't feel any meaning. So when I was home with my second child, you have more time for yourself, and I just felt that I really want to connect deeper. And I've had gone like a coaching course before, but that was when I was a manager in a company. And that woman, she said, "You have a talent for this." And then I was like, "Oh, I do." I didn't really get that into my heart. I thought she was just, saying that to be nice. But then when I was more like in a calmer place, being with my child, I really connected into that again. So I think that was like the beginning of my journey, because then I took this. It was a 2-year course aside with my work, and then I started integrating it into the company. So I started coaching teams, coaching employees, and so on. And one day, my boss said to me, "Jenny, you know we need you as a project manager as well, not only coaching people." And it's somewhere on the way, I just realized that I can't do this anymore. And actually, my body was getting sick. The journey within me begins, but it was interesting. I thought I was going to help people, and so I do now, and I did then. But that was the journey for myself to go deeper within myself and look at myself and my life and my purpose. And then I started my own business. And so and the first 2 years I did it aside with my old job. And then it's been like an ever evolving journey. Then I started with yoga and more like yin yoga and kundalini yoga, not like the physical yoga. And then, whoa, things started happening. So yeah, it's very amazing, and also going through all these different fears, not being in the normal world anymore, like being an entrepreneur, not like yeah, being like everyone else. Um, yes, so in many ways, I live like a different life, but in another way, I live like a very common life, like many other people having a family.
I love, going from working on fiber to connecting with the higher realms. I love
Yes,
that.
isn't it fun? So I think it's so funny with your picture as well, because it's almost like, that like high fiber, it goes like really fast, like it's light. It's
Mm,
light. Yeah. So
yeah, yeah. Light,
it's
light
it
communication
yes, light
is just very
communication.
quick, and it can be telepathic. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So that's beautiful. That journey, and your love for coaching people.
what I really love about it is that everybody has their own answer. It's not like I have the answer for people's lives. It's me being the vessel to be able to open that up, that field within themselves. And when I started doing these journeys, like the meditations came in, and then I just realized, I think it was one meditation, we went up in the universe, and then I started seeing things. It's like, oh, you didn't see this? I saw this planet and I saw this. It's like, no. And I'm like, okay, not everybody sees this that I see. It's like, so it like became a depth, like, yeah, deeper and deeper. And then it's with my curiosity, like it opened up. And then, of course, it's been like also, maybe it's not like this for everyone, but it's also been like I've been holding it for myself and to like a smaller circle at first, because many people would think I was crazy and I wasn't strong enough within myself to be able to say, well, this is me and this is my truth. So I also had a lot of problems with my throat, my thymus, and I realized it's connected with that, with holding back. Uh, so nowadays I use my voice a lot. Like I love like sound healing and light language and all of that. It just opens up. So and also like opening up that field for other people, and I think that's very common as well. As when you help someone with something, it's usually something you have helped yourself with first. I want to make it easier for other people in their awakening to stand in their truth and listen to their heart, because I mean this is for a higher purpose. And us star seeds, we are so important to make a shift here on earth right now, and we really need each other in this to keep this high frequency.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
And I love what you said, about the throat. Um, I used to many years ago overthink everything I was gonna say, and I was always doubting in my mind, like, should I say this, should I say that? So it was super blocked. And when I tuned to the energy of Glastonbury, and I started to get through light language and even channeled messages. By the way, I don't do so much channeling anymore, but it was really important for me at the time, and it just opened it all up, especially the light language, because it was beyond my normal linear mind,
Mm.
and I feel that there have been so many constraints on my throat, so many beliefs and so many ideas that I needed to hold things in.
Mm.
And the light language is just amazing for bringing that divine flow back, for restoring it.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful. Yes, it is. I mean, our own vibration comes through our throat. Like that's one level of it. So when we really get aligned with that through our hearts, it's like the energy field expands and it's so healing. Like for all our energy levels to really be in that. And also for me, that's also playfulness. Um, to letting it be, just unfold. It's not like one right thing or one wrong thing or and so on. And for me, this also comes in with the dolphins and their sounds. And for me, like that, now I just start smiling because that frequency is so high vibrational and so. I mean, my heart understands, but it's like you can't explain it from a logic level, their energy field and what they do for Earth. So for me, it's like their energy field, it's like they are balancing Mother Earth's energy with their frequencies all around our globe and also other animals like the whales. Um, and I mean, for me, they have done this like ever since Earth was created, and they also have done this on other planets. So that's one of the like reasons why I'm doing like these dolphins trips. And from the beginning, I wasn't guided to do that. It's also something evolving. It just started with myself, and I just started connecting with them spiritually without having met them in the physically. But then I went to what do you say, like a zoo, like in Sweden, where they had like the dolphins. And in one way, today I find it sad that we have them because it's not for the best for the animals. But I can also see in one way that they like give their lives to us to awaken us in this way, because not everybody are able to go out in the ocean and actually meet them. So they are doing a great healing work at these zoos for all these people coming there. So in this way, I choose to see it like they have chosen that in this lifetime to give that to those people, instead of choosing to see it like, oh, it's so sad they are suffering. And of course, we should be kind to the animals. It's not that, but I choose to see it like that because it's an important part of my own awakening. Because in that moment when I met them, so many fields open up within me. I was crying and I was laughing and everything at the same time. Like, and it was like remembering and coming home at the same time in so many different levels. And then I didn't really understand what was happening. And I think most people, it's like that. It's like many people that feel like a connection with the dolphins, they don't really know, why is this? It's just like they touch my heart, or yeah, it's something about them. And for me, that's like a beautiful sign that they are like a starseed, that they have that connection unconsciously. It's something there that they remember from actually being in that place before, because that what was like when you asked like, how did I evolve this, or what's the background? So this is what like the evolving was for me, because then more and more I started seeing like myself living in another dimension as like a dolphin like creature. And it was so with my family, and it was so harmonious, and we just like we didn't have to speak, we just knew what we felt, and there was like no shame, and you could just be yourself. So like this, when we talk about the oneness, these moments that I have experienced, then back then, like in those moments, I really could feel it, like it was embodied for me. So those moments, that's what led me to where I am now. So it's what one part of my purpose is to help people to connect with that, for them, to help them to remember as well. Because to me, like when we remember more and more of that, then it's like, oh, it's like coming home, and it's like, why do I bother? Why do I think all these issues are a problem for me in life? But when they're not, it's just my head. It's just some like illusion of problems. Uh, so so. And I mean, you can do that in many different ways. But one way is actually to go there and be with them out in the physical. So this is why I do these retreat, like with actually meeting them and being in a dolphin lagoon together with them, and actually staying there, also doing meditations and yoga and ceremonies, and just letting it unfold in the right timing, not like having to go out on a boat in a certain time and chasing them, because those things happen too. And that makes me really sad. But it's, yeah. But the way I like it now is like to stay there and just be there, and they will come whenever it's time. And the first time I swam with them, it was like, you have these things on. I just started laughing. I just had to go up because it was just cracked my heart open in like in another level again and again. And it's like, I just want everybody to feel that joy. Uh, and I mean, you can do that even if you have in sorrow or whatever you're in, like in life before, and you can have all these feelings parallel. So it's not like it's for certain people, or you have to be in a certain frequency, or you have to know certain things. I mean, this is just a heart calling. But for me, it's a connection with the Lemuria, and for me, that is, yeah. When we lived in harmony together, and it's like it's time for us to remember more of that we can do it again. So it's like it's so much programming now that with war and so on. So what we really need is to remember that we can live in harmony with ourselves together, and also with nature, that it's possible. So if you can feel that into your body, and yeah, in all levels, then I'm sure we will shift on Earth, and it can go fast.
My own, communication with the dolphins, because I connect with them a lot. Even when I go swimming, like there might not be dolphins around a lot of the time, or it might be swimming pool, but just the movement in the water. And even sometimes when I go to the gym on the cross trainer, I feel their presence.
I
So
love that.
it's just something about tuning in and getting these messages. But sometimes when I communicated, I felt almost ashamed of what humanity is doing, like the pollution in the ocean. And, there's places where dolphins are hunted even. But they're always full of unconditional love. There's no anger, there's no judgment from the dolphins. So I feel that there's just such gentle beings that,
I love that.
and yeah, and full of unconditional love. Um, so like if I could decide, I would definitely protect the oceans, of course, and all that, but and not hunt dolphins because that's terrible. But they don't judge humanity. Like they're not trying to change it. And I just found that so amazing. I just felt they're very pure. They're very very pure beings.
Yeah, I love that. And I can really relate to that. Yeah, that's what I feel too. Just like I said with that, them being in a swimming pool, that they don't actually judge that it's like, this is my mission. It's not like they are angry of the people or being there. It's like, we can talk like spiritually about acceptance and so on. And for them, it is like acceptance in my communication with them as well, just that you say, because they are
Mm.
such in a high consciousness level. I think it's even hard for us to really understand it when you're in
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And
So
just do I understand that right? That your dolphin awakening happened at that zoo. Is that right?
yeah, that's part of it. Yes,
That's
at
so
that zoo.
amazing.
Yes, isn't it? And I think it happens for many people, but maybe they don't know what to do with it. It's just like
Right.
they start crying and it's like they don't know what it is, and then they just continue with their lives. So it like um so that's also, why I haven't written about it on my website and so on yet, but that's also why I want to help people that really feel that connection with the dolphins to remember more. And for me, also that resonates with Lemuria frequency. And for me, that is, when we lived like they do, like more in harmony with each other, to remember more of that. So, I'm doing so many different things. That's part of my energy, and I have longing to do this course for many years. But then it's like it's resting and in a place like it's something, and then when it's time, it will come out, and it will come out now in November. So I'm here now for those who feel like there's something more they want to remember and explore. And if they like feel a connection with whales or dolphins or mermaids also. So all these different, it started with the dolphins, but then it's more like the whales. And then also the mermaids come in. And during that, actually, that was before that, I started channeling the Pleiadians. So that was the first. I don't do that anymore. I won't say I never will, but it's not, they don't come to me like that, like they did. But they call themselves Ilke and Ilkam from Pleiadian. So, and for me, it's like that frequency came down and opened up the dolphin frequency for me. Um, and I don't know if you can relate to that. You also being with the Pleiadian
Yeah, definitely.
energy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
Pleiadians are fantastic.
Mm. I just think of it so much now when I look at you and see all the stars behind you. I don't know
Yeah.
what system it is. If it's some, I'm not good at that.
Yeah,
Like
I think Pleiades, yeah.
it is, it
But
is.
tell me more about your Pleiadian connection. Like what happened?
Yeah, but it's like so they were two, and it was like almost like they had this parents frequency, like wisdom, like being elderly, and yeah, it was very, very loving. It was very, very loving energies. But more, if I mean, it's like the dolphins are also very loving, but more like in a joyful, playful, like like this way. They were more like I don't wouldn't say serious, but maybe more grounded, or what you want to say. And yes, it was beautiful. And I wrote them down, a lot of them. And I also shared in my Instagram. And it was very interesting because that Instagram actually was cut down. And now I've learned I need to save things on other places, but that disappeared. So I have some of the text left, but most of them actually disappeared. So maybe it was, yeah, that was that purpose for that. But it helped me opening up a lot. But it was hard for me to understand and accept it. And what is this like? And it was almost like I couldn't share in the beginning because it wasn't me. I didn't understand like the channel because I never went to a channeling course or anything like that. So it was like, I'm writing these things, but it's not me writing them. Can I tell people what I'm writing? It's like
Right.
I'm taking someone else's things. I don't know. I don't know if you can relate to that, but
Right,
uh,
right. Yeah.
yeah.
See what you mean. I feel it's sometimes these things are meant to be shared.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but for me, it's like I go different phases. It's like different cycles. Um, and what my guides tell me, it's like I'm collecting, they call it the galactic rainbow tribe. So it's like in different periods, I attract different people because I work with so different energies. So it's really hard to put me in a box. Like even if we talk like about the dolphin frequencies and those things, I also like love playing my shaman drum, and then it's more like the Indian woman coming out and like earthy and so on. Um, Not these higher frequencies, more like the lower and traveling more down into to earth and other types of animals. So I'm very very multiple dimensional. I
Yes.
realized like, but
Yeah.
uh,
Yes, multidimensional, isn't it? Like we can be in all sorts of different dimensions.
yes,
Like don't have to pin it down to one particular thing. That's
yes.
how I feel. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that as well because I think that's one of my harder things in this life. Like one part of me thinks like, when I did so much yoga, it's like, okay, now let's do the yoga. This is what I will do. But then it's like a transition over to something else. Um, I don't know if you can relate to that, but
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, because
absolutely.
you also said that you don't channel as much
No,
anymore.
no, and I've done
Yeah.
yoga as well. I don't do it so much,
No.
except the sun salutations. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely we go through these phases and that.
Mm.
Absolutely. I've recently got a lot of messages uh, about, human rights and rights for all beings. Like there's a lot of conflict
Mm.
going on around the world.
Mm.
Um, I'd love to know if what do you get about that? I think it's very, important for a lot of people right now. They're trying to make sense of the world, trying to make sense
Mm.
of these conflicts. And
Yeah.
what do you get from the dolphins and your guides, and especially from yourself, right? From your own
Mm.
heart.
Mm. I think we have different missions here. Like it's so many different levels of frequencies we are here on Earth to hold. So we have like, I think some people are guided to really go into the human rights. And like you said, it could be different periods. So maybe it's something that some people really feel like a calling into right now. And then it's beautiful. You should really acknowledge that and go deeper into that because it's very important to follow that guidance. If it's
Mm,
something that you really feel like a calling for, like to really meditate on it, to ask yourself, so it's in the frequency of love for like making a difference, instead of
Mm.
going into the frequency of fear and like um do you, I don't know if you understand the difference.
Absolutely. I mean, I
Yeah.
see so many people that do really care, and they they get into a certain story
Mm.
about who's right, who's wrong,
Yes. Yeah.
etc. And it
Mm.
becomes like a bit of a drama, a bit of, yeah, different energy,
Yeah.
different energy, like
So
kind of
yes.
wanting to push something, right? You see that so much, and it can be very subtle as well. It can be like the type of words people use, like words that are very strong, that maybe, and like they can be unaware that those words divide people.
Yes.
So
It's
it's very
interesting you.
subtle, right? Uh, so I think a lot of people are struggling with
Mm.
that
Mm.
world situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, and I agree with you. And it's the polarity, and I mean we live on Earth, and one of the things we have to handle is polarity. This is what we have here. We have day, we have night, we have yin, we have yang, we have like the sun and the moon and so on, the feminine and the masculine. So it's something we need to relate to. But if we go into the spiritual and we go into like wanting to make a difference, and we also go into the polarity to make a polarity instead of uniting, because if we go into the like the higher frequency, we're here to unite.
Mm.
um, it's all about uniting. So to really uplift yourself and see it from a higher perspective, that's what I get those messages.
Mm.
Because who am I to know what's right? um, so it's like everybody's doing something for a reason, and they have some kind of reason why they are doing it,
Right.
and because of that it's not right, like it's not okay what they're doing if they are killing and so on. But we also need to step back and look at it. What can I actually do? It's like, do I want to take this mission of actually doing something hands on, like
Mm.
something is happening in a war zone? I want to do something. Then it's beautiful. That's what I mean. Like you act on something. You actually want to contribute. You want to collect aiding equipment for somewhere and send it. So actually
Right.
something happens, you know? But if you're
Mm.
just going into drama and talking about it with people, like not, you're actually not like, do you understand? Like you just
Yeah.
go into, oh, why is this situation happening? Why is this? And blah, blah, blah. Then it's
Yeah.
like, you just, it's not a high frequency. Then it's just, you're just dragging it down.
I think that's a
Uh,
very interesting point, and I find this really, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think that
mm,
our voice, our voice can unite or divide, like, but we were
yes.
talking about how in the beginning of your journey, and you were doing throat work, and my throat was really blocked. I was overthinking everything, and I believe that by unblocking that, or bringing back that flow, we've got very powerful instruments with our voice. And
Yes.
I can see that, there might have been forces that wanted to control that, and that could be partially why those blocks are there. But our voice can really unite. I mean, when people get into polarization, they might use their voice to unite, but then they're uniting a particular group, right? That is fighting another group. So if we're able to really use our voice from that higher perspective, that neutrality. I believe that to be a very powerful instrument as well.
Oh, yes, I get goosebumps when you say that. I mean, for me, that's the new leadership. That's
Right.
what we need here on Earth. That's the big change.
Mm,
That's also like the balance of the divine masculine and divine feminine for me. I get
right.
goosebumps all over my legs now. It's like
Mm.
um, the, I mean, the uniting. That's what we need. Yes, of course.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean it's interesting, isn't it? Like the acceptance, like kind of the feminine energy of acceptance, if you know, like it's one way to put it, or receptiveness. Let's
Mm,
put it like that,
mm,
and being on that divine flow. Like so, when it comes together with that powerful expression, I think
mm.
that's very potent kind of energy.
Yes, then you
Like,
can
in other
like
words, we need both. That's kind of what I'm
yes,
saying.
yes, of course, yeah, because
Yeah,
you only have the feminine just like floating and so on, nothing happens. Like it's like you're
right.
always in the water, like floating, and it's beautiful, but you will only go where the waves take you. You would not like have a direction or anything. So you need both.
How do
Uh,
you balance that in your own life, Jenny?
oh, that's a tough one.
Because you've done both. You've done, you've done jobs, like coaching, like building a
Yeah.
platform, and and you're
Yes.
tuned to the high dimensions. So it looks like you're really good at, like flowing with these different
Yes.
energies.
I'm trying. It's like most of the time I'm conscious of it, but I'm human, so it's not always that easy. But I live close to the ocean here in south of Sweden. So one thing to balance me is the ocean. So I love that when you said that, when you talked earlier about you being in the water and connecting. For me, that's a beautiful way to both connecting for channeling and also connecting like with dolphins and so on, but also for just balancing being a human, like my energy field. Um, and I really find like the water, like the later years, I just love like working with the element water and the consciousness of water. And I think that is one way of balancing both the yin and yang. And for myself, when you ask how do I work it with myself, I do that. And I find it so interesting. I collect water from different places in the world where I go to, and it's like I can feel the different language from different waters, and I want to spread that to other people that come to me as well, and give them like a touch of a certain water to help them balance their frequency. So I work a lot with that, and I mean, what you put in for attention into the water will help you. And it's like, I mean, I think maybe most people who watch these channels are conscious people that follow you, but I say it anyway in case they don't know that you can actually see it like in the water. If you freeze it, you can see in the molecules how they look. If you have like an anger voice, you talked about the voice, how you say it and what you're saying, it will be more like this hard edges and so on. But if you speak or sing like harmonious with the water, it will be flowy and soft. And we are built of mainly water, our bodies. So it's like what you say to yourself and what other people say to you, and whatever you bring into your field, it will have an impact on your energy field. Oh, I get goosebumps again. For me, that's a sign.
Hmm.
So, oh, now I see a butterfly flying by
Oh,
here
lovely.
outside. Yes. Transformation, right?
Yeah,
Sign for
yeah.
transformation. Yeah, so for me, this is yeah, and this is a very important part of it. So, and that's also like being with the dolphin. It's like one part of it. You're actually with the element water as well,
Mm,
because that's where they live.
right.
So uh, this is their power place, or whatever you want to say, what you would call it in English.
Yeah.
Um, so, and I mean, it can have an instant shift if you feel like you pick down like the energy field of the hard things that happen right now on Earth. You
Mm,
heard of something or something that's troubling you in life and so on. Like,
mm,
and I mean, if you don't have the ocean nearby, you can just take a bath or shower, a conscious shower, or put your feet in a warm bath. Like, and you can put salt into it or maybe some crystals that you like and put an intention and meditate and ask for whatever you need. And yes, there will be a shift. Of course, maybe it can take some practice before you feel the difference. But yeah, for me, it is one way. And you can also, now we're going into the winter here in this part of the earth. And I mean, then the water becomes ice.
right.
So, I mean, it's like, for me, that's more like the yang energy. It's like hard. It can be like, it can actually cut yourself on that water. I mean, but if you're in like the salty water, you just float and it's feminine and it's like, oh,
Mm,
I'm held. So yeah, it's very, very intellect. Like it's a high frequency intellect in water. So for me,
absolutely.
it's a way of coming home to universe or God or whatever you want to call it, and being with the stars that I see behind you. It's like,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
and I
don't
love
know if
what
that
you
was the
said.
answer of your question. It's so
I
many
love what you
things I
said
could
as
say.
well, but it does. It really does because you were saying about the awareness of how different words and emotions affect the water and how that can actually give direction as well. Like it can give direction, like you become more aware of your intentions and you set a direction that is in alignment with the highest frequencies. So that's to me how that could sort of work out in like sort of a practical way as well.
Mm,
And in addition to that, like you flowing with the water and receiving the highest frequencies from the water, kind of surrendering to it.
mm,
So definitely that does answer my question. And
mm.
you're going in the water with the dolphins very soon.
Yes, in
Your
the
retreat's
summer.
fully booked now.
Yes.
But can you say a bit about it anyway?
Yes, of course. So, well, I mentioned a little bit about it, but we're actually renting a big boat. So we live on this boat, and so there's no other people there. So, and more than the people that feel the calling, both with like the Lemurian frequency and want to explore that, the starseed frequency. I have also written about like Pleiadian and Mintaka and Sirius frequency, and who wants to come together and do an exploration from the heart together with the dolphins and the higher realms. So we will be so good taken care of, like, because we have people staying there with us on the boat that will serve us with food and also help us when we go in the water, that are good with that. And then we would do in the morning. It's very interesting because the dolphins go out hunting at night. So this lagoon and this place in the Red Sea. So we travel to Egypt. In the mornings, they are usually most playful. So you go up early in the morning, and if you're lucky, they come and then they're there. So it's like we will we will have like a schedule. Maybe we do a morning meditation or maybe morning yoga. But if it's like if the dolphins are there, then let's do that. So it's like a flowy schedule. Like we know what we want to do. We want to have a lotus ceremony, a cacao ceremony, and gatherings, and also work with the water and so on. So, but exactly when we do it, it's that will unfold. So it's for 1 week. So it's a lot of time you have, and I mean, also being with the element of water is also coming really in contact with your emotions. So there could be, old traumas, maybe you're aware of them or not aware of them, for transformation and healing. So it's like, and maybe you know, or maybe you don't, and it doesn't matter. But what I really want is everyone to feel really held into this space, to just come as they are. And for me, this is a higher purpose why we're doing it as well. So I understand that you come for yourself, but when we come together, the way it's been shown to me, it's like we will raise the frequency from there. And it's also a crucial part on Earth where there are a lot of conflicts around that area. Oh, now I get really dry in my mouth.
Oh
This
yeah.
is usually.
There are, yeah, because you're going to Egypt, to the
And it's
Red
very close
Sea.
to Israel. And
It's
yeah,
very
so even if
close,
this is
yeah.
like a safe place where we're going, but
Yeah.
it's still connected. The same water is connected to these other areas. And I was also guided that we were going to be there during the 1010 portal.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really into this with the numerology. I think it's very interesting. Us now, 2025, we are in a 9 year. So, and you asked before why I thought, you know, why all these things are happening on Earth. And for the way I look at it, it's like the 9 year represents closure, and it represents things needs to come up to become an ending. And if we're supposed to change things, the dirty things needs to come up as well, because as long as they are just unconscious and we don't see them, and then we can change them. So
Mm.
this is what I try to do with the days when I think, oh, what's going on, and so on. And then I try to just breathe and ask for the highest good and that this will pass. But it is for a higher purpose to be
Absolutely.
able,
And
yeah.
I think that's really interesting how you express that, how you say that.
Hmm.
Because, people have debates and discussions about these, about Israel, Palestine. I've made a video about it myself where I discuss different narratives. I think often people, like obviously with the best of intentions, but sometimes people stay on the surface. And when you go and dive deep, you journey deep, I think you get to a whole different layer where, like you saying, it's not about right and wrong per se. It's not about judging things as right and wrong, even though right and wrong do exist to me. In that layer, we giving it to the divine, surrendering to the divine. Because, all of these things, even beyond our understanding, and they're very deep. And in this process, it's like a natural clearing of energy, where we're not required to judge things. It's more about allowing the divine flow. So, that's how I see that is that it's a whole different dimension,
Hmm.
that you then tapping into.
Yes, I love that. Oh, that makes me also sorry I didn't hear that, but I want to listen to that you talked about Israel and so on. But
Right,
it's
yeah.
very interesting how things unfold, because I worked a lot in Israel when I did the project management thing, like working with them, building out their fiber in their country. And during that period, I visited a lot of sacred places as well. And I'm so thankful for being able to do that
Mm,
before. But it was very interesting because, I've been speaking with a lot of Israel people and so on, and seeing their point of view. And I won't go into like a political discussion, but I think it's like interesting to see their perspective, because it's like when you grow into a society and you're born into like hate someone else, it's not so easy to get another perspective when that's what your parents tell you and so on, and the society tells you. And I think it's so interesting because, you know, I really love your your deck. And that's
Mm,
how we actually met. We haven't talked about that, but that's how we met, like in
that's right.
Glastonbury, because I really wanted this. And then it turned out you had an exhibition there with
Mm,
Leanne.
that's right.
And
You were in Glastonbury by chance, weren't you?
yes, yes. And
And
then,
yeah, the exhibition was going on, and it was beautiful how we all met and connected, and also kept that connection after that.
yes,
So
so
that
beautiful.
was I just gotta like say this right. That was Leanne's exhibition, Leanne
Yes, yeah.
Kianova.
Yes, yes. So
And
beautiful.
it was amazing. I always feel like our exhibitions are like light ships, you know,
Mm,
they're so beautiful.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
that you had it exactly when we were there, because it was like I bought the cards from another shop, and then she told me, "Do you know they are here right now
mm,
having this exhibition?" I'm like,
mm,
"Oh, they are. I want to go there." It's like
yeah.
so it was like divine timing that you actually were there having that at that time. But so I just love this, and it's a big part of my work nowadays. And it's like so
Mm,
interesting when you feel that bond, and it's like wow, it like everything resonates so much with me in these
mm,
cards.
mm.
So I just love, and now before we started, I told you I'm gonna pick a card for us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now when you started talking about what you did, I can really feel that this relates to this when you talked about Israel, and how you talked about the unity and the higher consciousness, and not going into, I don't know if you use the word polarity, but
Right.
not
Yeah.
saying what's right or wrong. That's what you said.
Mm,
So
mm,
I took this card, and it's interesting because it's number 9, and we talked
mm,
about the 9, ending, doing endings, and what it says, it's forgiveness,
mm.
forgiveness, and this, and it's funny. She has butterflies on her back, and I saw this butterfly
Yeah.
flying by. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And she's very vulnerable sitting there, I find,
Mm,
and watching this beautiful sunset. And I mean, that's uniting us. Like everyone can look
mm,
at a sunset and the beautiful ocean and our beautiful nature, wherever we are, whatever language we speak, whoever we are, this is connecting us into oneness in this field. But what
mm,
I also felt now when you talked about this, it was the forgiveness. And what I felt about being when I was back in Israel, and when I was talking to them, and how they are so called programming and hating. And what made me so sad was that they were so far away of forgiveness. Because for me, this word and this action and transition in the consciousness field, being able to raise your frequency and really go into your heart and forgive,
mm.
that is the answer to so many questions.
Right.
Like if we will end a war, a dispute, we need to look at things at a totally different level and start all over again, to have like a new platform. Because as long
Mm.
as we say you did this and you did that and blah 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 blah, like yeah, I don't know. What do you think? What do you interpret into this message that I got this part? Is it something? Does it resonate with you or?
I think it very much resonates with everything we
Mm,
talked about.
mm,
And I believe that. forgiveness is really fundamental. And I would say, if you look at this particular conflict, I would say both sides of the conflict really. And does hate obviously not everyone. Groups of people are in that drama, unfortunately. I really believe in human rights for everyone,
Mm.
and abundance and peace for everyone. So there's a lot of narratives that focus their compassion on one particular side, let's put it like that, one particular group,
Mm.
and the other one is kind of denied, like they don't exist. So this is like my perspective is universal. So if a particular narrative excludes one group and includes another, it's already starting to be polarized, no matter how like well intended it is. So what I do is I look at these different narratives, and it's really interesting because particularly if you look at the Israel-Palestine situation, like these two narratives, like if you believe in objective truth, they can't both be true, basically.
Of course,
They
yes,
both
I
have their
agree.
own version of history
Of course,
and
yes.
what happened even.
Mm.
And I myself, I do believe in objective truth, but
Mm.
I don't believe I need to figure out exactly what that is. Like personally, I don't need to figure out every detail of it. I believe that I can surrender that to the divine and kind of come back to this intention, for the highest good, for this recognition that we've all got these divine rights, this birthright of love and shelter and a safe environment,
Mm.
and
And
freedom.
healthy water and food.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Everyone, yes, of course.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally
So I
agree.
I really believe
Mm.
in that, and I like um sometimes just to observe what's going on. What are different people saying, and
Mm.
how does it align, uh, or not align
Mm.
with a universal perspective? So that's kind of the reason that I haven't waved any flag myself, because I just really believe in peace,
Oh, this is so
abundance.
interesting. I can really, really relate to this.
Mm,
Yes, I feel the same. And this is what when you started with this question, I said, I think we have different purposes. And this is not one of my purposes to go out like on the street and like say, woo, for this right and for this.
mm,
Um, and it's because I don't want to take side. And it's not because I'm not bold or standing in my truth. It's not my purpose. So it's
mm,
not aligned to what I'm here to do. When I
mm,
say that, I don't say that. I don't judge if someone else does it. If that's why I said, if you feel called in doing so, and if it comes from your heart space and your mission, of course you should take action in that. But for me personally, it's not that mission. I I know that I work with the frequencies from home, like sending that light, working with that light mission
mm,
as a wholeness, and also like doing these retreats. Then we come together and we make the field stronger. And that is not for a particular country or particular religion or whatever. It's for uniting,
mm,
strengthening the field of uniting. And maybe someone can like think, oh, well, joy, playfulness. Then it's like, oh, so easygoing and just thinking you're here to have fun. Whatever someone
right,
might,
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it could be like I have been, I don't
mm,
know, I have there have been people saying that to me, and I could feel that even if I don't see it, I can sense it. But for me, it's like you when you say like we all should be sheltered, we should all should be safe. We all are here to be able to feel joy and to feel like we're a part of something bigger.
Mm.
And what I really want is, like I said, the people coming on the boat or wherever you live in your life, I would love to inspire them to feel joy in whatever they have. If they don't have much money, or if they have lots of money, if they live in a tiny house or a big house, or whatever you
Mm.
live on earth, it's like
Mm.
to work with your own frequency and with what you have and feel into that. And I think that's also and I mean, of course, if there are bombs coming down, it's not like you can only work with the frequencies. So I'm not like that out of
No.
space, but I
No.
just want to talk about the frequencies. And I
Mm.
think that was so beautiful. Like I said
Yeah,
before, I'm coming back to that. That we all live on the same planet. We
absolutely.
all have this beautiful, but we
Yeah.
need to look at it and actually see it and embody it and go out of
Mm.
our houses and homes and be out more in nature. And this is free of charge. It's just go
Mm.
out. It's like go to the trees. You can go in a park if you live in a city. It's like open these. They have the portals with the fairies, even if it's in a city. If you find these flowers or whatever,
Mm.
and and this is how we help ourselves, but also for a higher frequency. It's for a higher purpose.
Mm.
So when we
Mm.
do this work for ourselves, we also help. And I mean, it's we have like I have a very very close friend. She's very into like taking care of Gaia, and she would never. This is like a political thing, but I will just share like how
Oh
we can
yeah.
look at things different. And she's like, I would never sit in a plane again. And she's
Mm.
a dear friend of mine. And I mean,
Mm.
I can, and then I can feel like guilt, like when I arrange this trip, like because I need to transport myself to go to the Dolphins, and
Mm.
I can see her point of view. But then I choose to see the higher purpose in what we are doing. Like we are working with
Mm.
another frequency, and it's like, yeah. I don't know how you look at it, but I mean, everyone
I mean,
is allowed
it's
to
a
look
very
at it.
good point, and I travel by plane quite a lot myself.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I mean, I feel that it's in alignment
mm,
for me to do that, and I definitely care, about the planet uh, at the same time. Yeah.
yes, and
So
yes, and I mean, like you can help also when you're in another place. You can help then also be aware. You talked about the ocean. It's also, of course, a very something I really care for a lot. To have a higher conscious to take care of our oceans, and in many countries, they still use the ocean to just put out bottles, and it's like, well, you don't
yeah,
see them. It's like, but just being
yeah,
there in
yeah.
that environment and actually educating them, not blaming them,
Mm,
but just telling them that this is
yeah.
not good for the ocean.
No, we're here to radiate our light and share it with others, and we're in a position, right, to do that as well. Like we're in safe countries, for example. And so I think it's very important for people that are in the light to actually use the resources that are available, like and even flights, because when we go somewhere else, we we're also like bringing that light into the grid of the planet. So yeah, so obviously with care, like do what we can, don't leave like any trace in terms of garbage. When these resources are available to us, I think it's important that that we use them when it's in alignment.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. It's interesting. We have many things in common. We haven't
Hmm.
spoken that much, but
Yeah,
many things in
definitely.
common.
Yeah.
But it's not like I just want to say it's not like I think everybody just should fly everywhere.
No, no,
You know what I mean?
but when
It's
you feel a
conscious.
message of
It's
the
like a
light,
conscious.
you know,
Yes,
when you're sharing your heart, your higher frequencies, I think definitely go everywhere and share it. Yeah.
yes,
Even if you have to
yes,
go with a plane. I think
yes.
this is a beautiful point to talk about your course as well. Your Lemurian course
Yeah.
that you're going to share all about the dolphins and the stars and the sounds, the light language.
Mm.
Can you tell us what you'll be offering?
Yes, I will be working on Zoom, so we will be meeting like this online. So it will be over a few months between November to February, and we will explore different frequencies that are connected to Lemuria, to me. So I will. There will be like healing meditations, and I will channel. So it will be like a one way to go into your heart and to open that consciousness field within yourself. So that's the bigger picture of it, and it is like a schedule and different frequencies we will use. I will use my voice. I will use sounds, and of course crystals. And for me, this is also connected. Yes, of course, with the dolphins and the whales, and also the rose frequency is very important for me here. It's also with the heart connection and the divine feminine, of course, in balance with the masculine. But for me, it's a lot about helping to relax, also relax the nervous system and to be comfortable in embracing your own gifts, because this is like what spirit has shown me as a result of this, because there are so many star seeds out there that have so many gifts, and many of you have already like felt like, whoa, I can do this, I can lead yoga or whatever it is. But just like me and what is for you, it's like an ever unfolding. And if you're like if you feel a bit lost, or what's my next step, or you want to go even deeper into your heart and see if it resonates, those frequencies resonate with you, there is something more that wants to be shown. So we will explore that together, and I will also use your beautiful cards, Lemurian Star Child Oracle cards, for guidance. So we will also have like a community, so you can also share like whatever comes up between these sessions that will be recorded. So if you miss a live, you can always watch a recording and also be able to share your journey, like to feel like you're in a safe place. And if you have questions, so, and I'm so curious who will join. And I know I will learn many things as well, because it's not like I know everything. I'm just one little puzzle. I just look at myself like one vessel of light that helps to beam out something, to hold that space for you to more bloom out to whatever it is that wants to unfold with this frequency, and to remember that we actually can live in harmony again. So also if you feel that fear from earth right now and feel all these conflicts, it's also a way to raise your vibration and let that be outside of yourself for a minute so you actually can feel into that everything is okay. I mean, we have come here for a higher purpose, all of us, so you can be aligned with your mission. And yeah, I think that's, I don't know, it could say so much, but it's also I'm working with a new website and I will put it out soon, but it's always like this for me. I have like a red thread, so to speak. But there could also be other things coming in, and it's also going to be whoever joins, because the people that are joining will also, in that field, will also affect what needs to come through. So it's not like I can plan everything before, but that's also what makes it authentic. And for me, that's the higher frequency that we can't always see before what's going to happen in the now moment. But I really want people to feel really safe and feel that they are very welcome into that. And maybe we will dance and we will sing as well, and joyful things.
Sounds like an amazing, amazing
It's like,
course. Yeah. And you said about light language, right? When we were emailing before, you said you're gonna do some light language as well
yes,
in
yes,
the
I will.
course.
Yes,
Very
yes.
interesting.
And it depends on the people that will come. And I will when I channel it, or especially when it's the dolphin energies, they are very do these funny sounds. And yeah, yes, I will, and I will also. And I mean, it's up to the people coming, but I will also help them. You know what I talked about, the voice. So even if we won't be able to hear each other, maybe I can inspire you. Maybe you already do your own light language and you will do it anyway, but maybe you want to open up that frequency for yourself, because that's the Lemurian frequency for me, to express yourself in your own way. And hopefully this could inspire you in that as well. Yes.
So lovely. So I will leave a link in the description
Mm.
so you can connect with Jenny. Definitely
Mm.
recommend learning more and possibly joining in, because it sounds
Oh,
really
thank you so much.
fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, beautiful. Again,
Uh,
the energy of Lemuria is very powerful, divine feminine energy, and I feel that, it has been coming in more and more. It's still coming in to give us that kind of nurturing energy that for our hearts, that beautiful energy of beauty and truth, and that really brings us, back into self-love as well.
oh,
Like,
yes, yes.
yeah, and not the,
Mm.
not the kind of self-love where people love, um, being better or whatever. It's not that.
Yes, I understand. It's
It's
from your
very deep.
heart.
It's very
Yes.
deep. It's from the heart.
Mm.
And I feel is very important, especially if people have had if they've been through it, they've had difficult times, perhaps even traumas. Obviously, I'm not like a doctor or anything, but I have experienced myself that these nurturing energies can really complement the emotional journey. They can really soothe things and just
Mm.
give you that feeling of safety. And yeah, that's why I feel that the Lemurian energy is really so important
Mm.
at the moment.
Mm.
So
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
yeah, and you've got some retreats coming up, haven't you?
Yes.
The next year as
Yes.
well, like going to Sweden, going to the south of France. Like, well,
Yes.
tell us about
Yes.
that. Like,
Yes,
what are you up to?
it's amazing. It's a beautiful place here in south of Sweden. Dear friends of mine that have this bed and breakfast that I've had many retreats. And so I will have one more, and I call it Shine Bright Like a Diamond. It's like a theme I have because I really want people to go out and glow and shine just bright as the diamond energy. Uh, and then we connect with the beautiful forest there and the ocean there, and also doing spiritual practices. And Karina has this place. She's an artist and takes these amazing photos, like multidimensional ones, and she shares from the heart about these, well, yeah, channels when she speaks about them. And yeah, people get very moved when she does that. So it's like a combination of nurturing food and nurturing for your soul and all that.
That sounds beautiful. So Karina is, can you tell us a bit more about Karina?
So Karina, she's a Swedish artist, and she lives here in south of Sweden. And you should follow her Instagram account. It's called, I think now it will be hard because it's Swedish words, but it's called Ängshyddan. And yeah, but she also just takes pictures being by the ocean and the forest every day. And it's like she's so intuitive. And I'm like, every picture she takes, it's like it could be something you put on your wall. And
Wow.
like, and when you, and so that's one frequency she works with, nature. But then it's like she can just take a picture of something she sees as shadow and some light. And then it's like you can see, wow, feels like Orion's belt. And then it's like it's so multidimensional. It's like, wow. And when you go into them, you can see one of them is like, is Yeshua there in the water? It's like, so you can go. So it's so funny because you can see, you see all these different signs in when you go into them consciously. Maybe you just see a cherry tree at first, but then when you start looking, it's like, oh, there's a little witch sitting there in the tree. It's like,
Right.
yes. So it's and I love it because she's very playful as well. Like, yeah, and it's like feels like coming home to someone. And I just love this place. You can also just go there and stay there
Oh, really?
with them. Like it's a bed and breakfast if you ever come to
Wow.
Sweden, and it's beautiful nature around there. And then in spring, I will do together with Marie, that you also have met, that also was in
Yes.
Glastonbury together with me. We're going to south of France, and there we did this journey together earlier this year to different places where Mary Magdalene walked, and the different Maries as well. Saint Marie de la Mer, the port where she landed, and the church there, and the water there, of course, water again. And then going up to Saint Boon to the caves and the beautiful there, and all the ferries and all of that. And yeah, so this will be just a small group coming, and we have announced it now, so it's out on our website.
Lovely.
So if you feel that connection, and now actually I feel also a connection with Mary Magdalene and the water and these frequencies. So even if it's like, you talk to them, like maybe you talk about like Lemuria one frequency, Mary Magdalene one with your head. But actually, when you go into them, it's like the really deep divine feminine energy. It's so much like the frequency is so much in common. Actually, I find the more I explore it, but of course it's oneness. So, but for me, doing this memory is also so beautiful. She channels so beautifully. Mary Magdalene have this beautiful voice, and she's also more into history and the alternative path of Mary Magdalene. So if you're really into that, exploring like what's been hidden and so on, she's so beautiful in telling these stories about that. So I find we like complement each other very well. So
Mm.
yeah,
It
so
sounds like
many.
a fantastic retreat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So you, if anyone is feel called to come and join us, you are so welcome. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, Marie, I've read her book actually about leadership, majestic leadership, which is really amazing, so helpful and practical as well. Uh,
Yes.
and it
Yes.
kind of goes into different aspects of leadership, like your core values, your emotions, your direction, like from a very sort of present, conscious point of view. So, absolutely love that. So I think that's gonna be amazing. That retreat. It sounds beautiful. And thank
Mm.
you for, thank you for sharing all that and all your offerings.
Mm.
Sounds fantastic. I just wondered, I think we're gonna go into wrapping it up, and I
Yes.
wondered if there's anything that we haven't discussed yet that you might want to mention as well, that you might want to talk about. That's
No, I just
fun.
want to. I just We've been talking so much. I'm so thankful for listening to me. Thank you for having me, Mikael. It
Mm.
was so beautiful. And thank you everyone who had listened all the way here. It's
Yeah.
beautiful, and I just hope that it gave something to someone to lit up a more light within, to feel more hope, and yeah, to listen to your heart, or yeah.
Mm.
Then maybe we will see each other somewhere on Earth, or maybe you can
Yeah.
also contact me. I work a lot like this when I do the mentorship for spiritual entrepreneurs and so on. If you feel like my energy fits you, because I know what it's like. I've been doing it for 10 years now to have your own business. It's not always so easy, but yes, to having someone, I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have mentors or coaches, because
You can
I
help
know it can be
people
hard.
with
Yes.
coaching. Can you say
Yeah.
that might be good, if people are thinking about that,
Mm.
if they want to know just maybe a little bit more about that, like sort of what are the steps or the principles? Can you
Mm.
say a little bit about that if anyone's
Yes. Usually
interested?
I work with 3, 6, or 12 months. So I like working like, so we really go deep. So you actually have a transition, not only energetically, but you actually can see a difference in your life or in your business, even if you're starting it or if you had it for a long time. So I combine like conscious coaching and also combined with healing. So, so it depends on what your needs are and what the spirit team wants to give you, what you're open for. And so the sessions could be very different, and we can record them if you want to listen again. And I also use oracle cards, whatever questions you have. But then it's like for this period of time, you also have me. I guess it depends on what techniques you use, but it could be WhatsApp if that's what you use. So between the sessions, if you're like doing a new program, or yeah, doing something that you want to have someone to share with, like your creative journey, and like have feedback on what you're doing, then I can be there for a time. So you have someone to support you, and also to make sure that you actually go through with it, because many people have ideas and then it's like they don't follow through because it's hard to be on your own, or maybe you don't know what technique or platform and so on to use, and it's not like I know everything, but I can share how I have been doing it, and share like tips on that, those things as well, like the practical things, since I have been working with different platforms over the years, if you want to work more online and so on. But I also have my shala here in Höllviken, where I live. So I also love that. I understand if you work more like locally, and how to bring people in, like to how do I get people to my courses? So maybe you're already doing something, but you don't get enough people there, and so on. So I really like to use like all my skills and my presence to serve you for your highest good in your path. So yeah, that's me. Very
Mm.
multidimensional and also very
That
hands-on.
sounds really fantastic, and I think that is something that a lot of people struggle with, that are wanting to build up a business in the kind of the spiritual community, including myself actually, where you keep, you finish one project and then you kind of looking for direction again, like where am I gonna go now? What is flowing with the energies, and how to get people, to get the right people, right? So that, um, like interested in what you do. I think that, it sounds
Mm,
like a very, like helpful program, that you're
mm,
offering. So thank you for
mm. Thank you.
explaining a bit
Mm,
more about that. I mean,
thank you.
it's really fantastic. Like for myself,
Mm,
maybe just say a little bit more about that, because it's so interesting. Like, because I'm quite
mm,
multidimensional, you know. I always keep getting new ideas, and
mm,
I've got actually I don't always have the time to actually complete like projects sometimes. This is
Yes.
that, there's so much.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, that's just one of the things that I struggle with, and
Mm.
yeah,
You're not alone with that. That's lots
right.
of us. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. Is that something that you get more often, like from people that you're doing the coaching for?
Yes, yes. That's one of the bigger issues. Yes, and maybe they have started, but then they don't complete, and maybe they get, you have all these blocks, or what do you want to call it, like hesitations or distractions, and then something else comes in, and then you're back, and maybe you're not certain of yourself, and then you're like, no, maybe it's not good enough, and then it's like, oh, I need to do this better. And many people overwork their things, like, oh, I need to do more before I can do this, and maybe I need to go this course, like I need to know more, and they go courses and courses, but instead of just sharing what they already know and what they already have. So I really want to encourage that, because you are enough and you already have this wisdom to share, and don't wait, start where you are. So
Mm, right.
so that's what I find many people. I need to encourage them with that. It's like,
Mm,
maybe if I go this course and it's another year course, and I
right.
become this price this, and I become
Yeah.
this, and I do this, and I work with these chakras,
I mean,
and
that's,
then
yeah. We're actually circling back to something that you said right in the beginning,
yeah.
which is that when you do coaching, you're connecting people with their own heart and their own wisdom. And I thought that was very insightful, very important that you said that wisdom uh, comes from within, but you're providing a field
Oh, thank you
for
so much.
people.
Oh, I
Mm.
love that. Thank you for seeing that. And that's what I'm here for. It's like, this is when my spirit and my heart goes like, "Eek!" It's like, oh,
So we've come full circle.
yes. So
We've
thank you
come
so
full
much.
circle. We've
Yes.
circled back to the
Yes, thank you for
beginning.
helping me to round things
Mm.
up. And yes,
Yeah, I love that.
because
And it
because
sounds really interesting. If you are in need of coaching that really brings you back to yourself and your own wisdom,
mm,
definitely recommend connecting. We'll leave links in the description for how to get in
mm.
touch with Jenny. So thank you so much, Jenny.
Thank you
Really,
so
really, really
much.
appreciate this conversation, and it's brought me a lot as well. It's brought me a lot of
Oh,
new insights and inspirations that I can reflect on, that I can work with. Um, it's been really fantastic to
oh, thank you so
have
much.
this
For me
conversation.
too, so much. We have so
Mm.
much in common, and thank you for listening.
Oh.
Yes,
All
I
right,
hope.
thank you so
Yeah,
much.
take care of yourself. Yes,
Yeah.
thank
So
you.
bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.